Hi guys, and welcome back to the Isle. Now, once again we are back with another skin video. You guys seem to be really enjoying these, so my plan is to do one for each dino, and then maybe some more videos specialising to a certain thing such as stealth. Now today, as you can see, we're going to be covering the TRIKE. So these are going to be my personal favourite 8 skins as the TRIKE. Now if you guys watch most of my videos, you'll know that I never play as a herbivore. So that kind of puts me at a disadvantage making these skins, but also an advantage because playing as a carnivore, I know what skins will work as a herbivore to avoid carnivores and hopefully which ones will look cool for you guys. So this is a template for our first skin and let's get into it. Alright guys, so here's our first skin for the TRIKE. Now I had a really good time making these TRIKE skins because the range of the like detail and all the colour palettes is massive compared to the carnivores. I don't know if it's like this for all the herbivores, but the choice range I had was massive, so it gave me loads of options. So this skin is like one of your typical black and white skins. So on the base we've got this dark and mossy green, coming up now to some white, which then really nicely with these white veins going into the black on the back. It almost looks like marble. I really like that. And then we've got this really bright detail of the blue here that goes onto the crest of the TRIKE. Now I really wish that you could like make the horns a certain colour, so like the horns were a like option when you're customizing the skin, so you can make them red or something. I think that would be really cool. Maybe we'll get that in a future update. Now like most of the skins in this video, they are going to have purposes. So this skin is going to be like a silver birch style skin that will blend really well into there. You know, because of the black as well, it is going to do a good job of blending into the shadows. But you know, you're a TRIKE, you're a walking tank. So when you're a full adult, you know, stealth isn't really going to be one of your main things. You're not very fast. So you know, you're going to be like, you just take things basically head on. So this skin looks really cool. I think that looks really menacing, that blue on black there on the crest. And then the white on the face, it just like spots into the black. I really like that. Alright guys, so this has been our first skin. Let's move on to the second one. Here's the template for the second skin in case you guys want to use it. So this is our second skin, and I would class this as a more stereotypical TRIKE skin, you know. I feel like that orange on the crest and the orange detail is like one of the main bold features of the TRIKE when I think of a TRIKE in this game, because that's the colour you get with the default, so it instantly makes me think of like a stereotypical TRIKE skin. Now this skin is more of a camouflage skin, much more than the last one. So once again we've got like a dark, almost, I don't know, earthy colour there. It's a bit like the mossy colour, but it's a bit darker like on the last skin. And then we follow that into quite a pale, it's almost like a shade of white that, and then we've got like a greeny black coming up here on the back. Once again, I love the stripes and these little veins that you get from the mixed match of colours. And then the dots here, these are like little pieces of armour, these are orange, the same as the crest. And then, you know, you can't customise the horns, but I think deep black or jet black horns looks really good on the TRIKE. Now, this skin, I think, works really well in a forest environment. Like, looking at it from a sky view, it blends right into the forest floor. So I feel like this is going to be a good skin. Say you're hurt in the forest or that's where you're set. This skin's really going to help you, you know, camouflage. Especially when you're a sub or a juvie TRIKE, you're not going to have that bright orange there giving you away. It's literally just going to be a green, earthy coloured skin. So I think it's going to be perfect for getting you up to the elk TRIKE. And then once you're there, you'll have a pretty cool skin to mess about with. You know, we all know it's quite fun playing as the TRIKE or any dinosaur, but it's better when you've got a skin which you enjoy and you think looks cool. It just makes the gameplay a lot more enjoyable. So like I said, this is more of a forest type biome skin, and let's move on to our third skin. Here's the template for our third skin. Alright guys, so this is our third skin. Now, I feel like this is a pretty menacing skin when you look at it. I feel like that red, you know, we normally associate red with like rage or anger or something, so I feel like that's really well portrayed in this TRIKE skin. Now, on the bottom we've got like a deep orange, black on the underbelly, and then that black continues up here onto the black where it mixes in with this orange. And then, you know, I didn't think they would stand out as well as they do, but the little red armour pieces really stand out on that black, even though the orange is there and they're quite similar colours. And then on the crest here we've got this deep red. that almost looks like this trike's been in a battle, and you know, it's got some kind of, I don't know, it's got some leftover from it, some leftover colour, if you get what I mean. Now, this skin doesn't really suit a purpose when it comes to camouflage or being good in a certain habitat. You could argue that the mix of dark colours such as the black does help you blend into a shaded environment, maybe in like an evening on the server when the sun goes low and every colour goes a little bit orange. This skin would be perfect for them, but that is quite specialised, and at the end of the day this skin is one of those skins which is just going to look nice, and it doesn't really suit a purpose when it comes to camouflage. I just thought these colours look really well together. Alright guys, if you're enjoying this video so far, give us a like and subscribe. There's going to be plenty more of these skin videos coming up, and if you've got your own colour palettes that you think are really good and I haven't covered in this video, please feel free to, you know, comment them below and give me any suggestions. Alright, let's move on to our fourth skin. Once again, here's the template, this time for our fourth skin. Alright guys, unlike the skins we've covered so far in the video, this one really suits a purpose. Now you can probably tell already just from looking at the skin that it is tailored around the theme of camouflage and really blending into any habitat. So this is our good all-round skin for that player who really likes a skin that suits a purpose, you know, that actually is usable and has functionality in the game, rather than most skins which are just mainly for looks. So we've got this pale white on the underbelly here, followed up by a few different textures of green. So we've got a really dark green, followed by a lighter green, and then these really nice blue details on the armour, and then the crest of the trike is that dark green, and then we've got the blue there as well, followed by a bit of green on the face and white following up. Now I really like this skin just because it's very functional. Now you can just tell like this skin is going to completely blend into any green habitat or green biome, and that covers most of the biomes on this map. If you look out in the distance, most of this map is green. See, if we come into a tree here, we literally just disappear. So this is going to be a great skin for following you up to Juvie and Sub. It's going to be good for keeping you well hidden, and then when you get to adult, you know, maybe you want to, some trike players like to play solo, so maybe this is a good skin for a solo player who just likes to keep it low key, and if there are any threats then they don't always have to fight, they can try and hide and get away. So this is a good skin, I think. So tell me in the comments below, do you like this skin? Do you like that it's camouflaged? Or would you go for something a bit brighter and, you know, more look and visually appealing? Alright guys, let's move on to our fifth skin. Here's the template for our fifth skin in case you guys want to use it. Alright guys, this skin is really different from our last skin. Our last skin was tailored around camouflage and having functionality, whereas this skin, in my opinion, is just going to be for visuals. Now, on the bottom of the skin we have a dark black, which then proceeds to follow up into the back, where it's met by this contrast of white. So we've got these veins going on black and white. Once again, it looks a bit like our first skin where it looks like marble, but this time we've got these little red textures and details on the armour, which then follow up to the crest where it's met on that black, and it really creates that contrast, which looks really nice in my opinion. Now, like I said, this skin is just going to be a visual skin. Once again, you could argue that the darker colours might be able to help you in a shaded environment, but I feel like this is just a really nice looking skin. And I haven't really seen many trike players using a skin like this, so you know, it's nice in the game to have a bit of like a personal aspect to your skin. You don't want to be like every other trike player when you're thinking about the skins. You know, it's a shame sometimes when you see a herd and everyone's got the same skin, and it's not boring, but it's just nice to stand out a bit. So this skin's a little bit different. It might not be to everyone's taste, I get that, but I feel like it works well, and it's just something a bit different. That's what I try to do with these skins. So hopefully you guys like this, and you never know, I might see you guys playing as this in the game lately. Okay, let's move on to our next skin. Once again guys, here is the template in case you guys want to use this skin. Alright guys, so this is our in-between skin, I'm going to call it. And what I mean by that is like in between having good functional use, but also being quite a visually appealing skin and tailored toward visuals more than camouflage. So we've got like a pale, almost yellow on the bottom of our skin here, and then it follows up into like a green slash white, and then this like greeny blue turquoise colour on the back with the blue detail on the armour, and then the blue detail contrasting on that dark turquoise on the crest of the trike. Now, I bought us to the silver birch biome because I feel like this skin's going to work quite well here. The silver birch biome leaves are darker than the usual pine trees, I guess, all the other trees in the game. What I'm saying is the leaves are normally darker, so that's why I've gone for this more darker green here rather than a light one. Now, as well with the white here contrasting, it does look like the stem of the tree, like visually on our trike. So the pattern created on the stem and the branches and all that on the trunk of the silver birch trees is quite well represented on our trike. Now, to get away from just being a camouflage skin, I have added that really bright and contrasting blue. So hopefully this isn't going to be too much of a boring skin. I know sometimes when you're making camouflage skins, they can be a bit dull, just because, you know, the Isle is quite a dark game, and I mean that in like the sense of colours. So if you're making a skin that's going to be really well camouflaged, sometimes it can be a bit dark and a bit boring, but hopefully this blue is going to light up the skin and just make it a bit cooler to play as. Alright guys, let's move on to our next skin. Here's the template for our second to last skin, guys, if you want to use it in your gameplay. Now, I know this skin is not going to be to a lot of people's tastes. It is quite a dramatic looking skin. So we've got this white on the belly here, followed up by this almost rusty bronze colour, and then really weirdly contrasting with this blue, and then once again contrasting on the crest there with that blue and bronze. Now, I did make this skin for like a very specific set of players. Now, I know there's the players out there who will just go for like a white skin, something almost albino looking, just to stand out. I feel like that's the main reason, just to have a really unique skin. So this skin's going to be for them players who really like a unique skin and want to stand out in the game. And I feel like this is kind of giving off an albino like vibe of skin. You know, we've got these almost pale looking colours here, especially with the white, and then that blue, just to give a bit of difference. I found that this was the colour that worked best with the detail. Once again, like I said, the trike has so many colours that you can pick from. It was really hard to choose the best colours for the crest. It was kind of annoying how there was like a repeat, like 3 colours which were literally just a tiny bit different just by shade. Like there's 3 variations of red, where I feel like maybe it would have been cooler to have a black or a white colour for the crest, or just something a bit dramatic, because I feel like a lot of players just like to make these quite shocking visually skins. And I know this isn't going to be to everyone's taste, but you know, I'm trying to cover a wide like appeal here when making these skins. So hopefully some people are going to like this skin and use it in their gameplay. Alright guys, let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, here is the template for our final skin. Alright, like I said, this is our final skin, so I wanted to make this one a little bit different. Now, immediately from looking at the skin, I'm getting the vibes that this is going to be an aggressive trike player. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's because it's quite dark and it looks quite menacing. So this maybe is going to be a good colour if you're going to try playing as a bull trike, maybe on a realistic server. A trike that's protecting the herd and is quite aggressive. Or maybe just a solo player trike. It kind of reminds me of like a bull elephant, like those elephants that go on their own for ages and then when they come in the herd they're really aggressive. I don't know why, it just made me think of that. So we've got quite that rusty bronze colour again like we did in the last game, this time though on the underbelly, and then immediately creating a contrast with this. If you look really carefully, we've got almost a grey contrasting with that turquoise, but it's a bit darker this time, it's more of a dark green. And then we've got this really dramatic red, which I feel like it really comes out on this, like the contrast created really helps the red come out here, especially on the crest. And then I like how the jaw is separated into 2 different colours on the skin. There's a massive contrast between the top and the bottom of the jaw. And I don't know, it almost makes it look like the trike's got an expression on its face, if you know what I mean. I really like that. So like I said, this skin is going to be quite a, I don't know, I think it's like a battle skin, that's how I would describe it. But thankfully it does suit a purpose, you know, with this green we've used and these darker colours. This is going to be a good skin to camouflage, you know, it isn't just going to be a visual looking skin, one tailored to that. This skin will suit some purposes. Maybe it doesn't camouflage the best, but you know, It's better than most of the skins on this list when it comes to camouflage, especially because we've got that green. Maybe in a bit of a dark environment when it gets a bit later, this skin's just going to help you disappear and blend into the shadows a bit more. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video looking at all the trike skins. I do understand they're not going to be to everyone's taste, but I hope I covered enough skins with enough variation so that at least one person who's watching this will like the skins. And if you did like the skins, comment below if you liked them or which one you liked and why. And if not, comment your colour palettes for the trike, because I'm always looking for cool skins to use. And in the future I could make another one of these videos using your suggestions. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. The channel's growing really fast at the moment. We've just passed 1,100 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed. Alright, thank you guys for watching.